Welcome to Team Building Leadership. I am Jared Sollers. This will be my final project for my Applied Business Management course, but this can also be used to show people how to develop their own leadership that will speak to their workforce team. This will help guide them to open lines of communication and better productivity. So, with that being said, let's begin. This presentation will explain the overall areas that management is responsible for, as well as ways for building solid communications in order to strengthen team morale. This will in turn increase production and efficiency from the workforce. Let's continue. The democratic management style involves managers and employees working together to make decisions, which has been shown to increase job satisfaction in the workforce. With this approach, it gives employees the opportunity to discuss the positive and negative aspects of various plans and ideas, as well as allowing superiors to have a chance to hear the employees' perspectives about the proposed concepts. Another key benefit to this style is that it promotes healthy and effective communication between managers and the workforce. In the paternalistic management style, leaders decide what is best for their employees as well as the organization, but policies are devised to benefit the employees and the organization equally. In a paternalistic style, a manager will not only be looking out for the best interest of the company, but also the best interest of his or her employees. If employees feel that their managers are trying to take care of them, then they are more likely to work harder to produce for that manager and even enjoy their work environment more. This style can help to develop both an attachment and loyalty to their organization. It is possible for managers to be able to define their success by how they have served their team and by the growth that they have seen in their team. That's something that we should keep in mind when we are organizing and preparing to lead our team. What can we do to make sure that they are well taken care of and facilitate the growth in them as individuals, both professionally and personally? In free rein management, this empowers the workforce by educating them on what exactly is expected of them. It allows employees to work together towards a common goal in a manner that they feel will accomplish the task in the best manner. It also demonstrates to the workforce that management trusts the judgment of its employees, while also encouraging employees to develop a strategy as a team and execute it. This will help to develop critical thinking skills in a workforce, as well as leadership skills. Tasks are generally accomplished in a timely manner when doing things in a free rein management style. This also encourages leadership at the lowest level. Your team will look for ways to accomplish a goal. Generally, one person will step up and take lead of the team. This is a great way to see who the leaders are forming in your team. Managers should be very familiar with their four primary functions, which are planning, leading, organizing, and controlling. Each of these functions are unique aspects. However, there are also some overlapping roles that can fall into more than one of these functions. For example, setting organizational goals is something that is commonly associated with the planning function of management. How, on the other side of that, in a sense, it does also fall under organizing, much like areas of leading and controlling tend to intersect. We're going to discuss the planning aspect first. Planning generally includes anticipating trends and determining the best strategies and tactics to achieve organizational goals and objectives. Leading as a management function is defined as creating a vision for the organization and guiding, training, coaching, and motivating others to work effectively to achieve the organization's goals and objectives. This plays a vital role in team development. You need to properly train and coach your team as well as keep them motivated. This will develop a strong working relationship between the manager and his team. Organizing, as a function of management, includes designing the structure of the organization and creating conditions and systems in which everyone and everything will work together to achieve the organization's goals and objectives. This will help develop team cohesion and can invigorate the team to work towards a goal or objective that the organization has deemed necessary. The controlling function of management involves establishing clear standards to determine whether or not an organization is progressing towards its goals and objectives. Also, rewarding people for doing a good job and taking corrective action for those that do not do well. Corrective action could be a write-up or a verbal warning, or it could be retraining them, or simply explain to them what is expected of them and asking what you can do to help facilitate them meeting those goals. Communication is a very key component to management and leadership. It helps to develop a trust and a respectful working relationship between management and the workforce. If members of management communicate well with their employees, then in turn, those employees will feel like they can communicate with the management team about potential solutions to problems or ideas they have to make productivity more efficient. These ideas should always be heard out and vetted properly. Servant leadership is another tool that managers can use to help develop a strong working relationship with their employees. If employees see that their leaders are willing to work shoulder to shoulder with them when things need to be accomplished, this will strengthen their working relationship and grow the workforce's respect for their manager. People that exercise servant leadership believe that every person has value and deserves civility, trust, and respect. A major component of servant leadership is that it can be used to inspire people to work towards a common goal with their managers instead of simply looking to do the minimum that is required of them. Servant leaders educate the members of their team through their words and their actions, and they encourage their people to set aside self-serving behaviors in favor of serving others. In most cases, servant leadership is regarded as a very social leadership style, which addresses responsibilities and relationships in societies, organizations, and companies. The components of servant leadership help round out what a true leader should be, which is not someone who simply dictates what is to be done by those around them, but instead they develop lasting relationships and trust with their team members, working towards a common goal. There's a number of required skills one needs in order to be a servant leader, such as foresight, conceptualization, stewardship, empathy, listening, and understanding, as well as commitment to team growth. These skills not only embody what the makeup of a servant leader should be, but also how they should approach their team in both good times and bad times. In a way, servant leaders develop their own team members into themselves being future servant leaders. Because if they see a leadership style that works and motivates a team while accomplishing the mission, they are more likely to want to try that same method and emulate that in their own lives and careers. It's good to get the perspective of the workforce employees, especially when they may be directly affected by proposed changes. Different perspectives and ideas can help a team come to the optimum solution for an issue. As the employees may have developed a workaround for a problem or perhaps a different line of thinking as the people who would work daily with a particular piece of equipment or software. These insights can lead great leaps into increased productivity through simple and complex changes. Management is not simply controlling employees, monitoring time and attendance, and dealing out rewards or punishments when it's appropriate. Instead, management is making sure your team has the tools and guidance needed to accomplish the mission with a real leader by their side. Here's a list of all the references used to create this presentation. If you would like more information, feel free to check out each of these sources. If you have any questions about the content of this presentation, feel free to email me at jsolers@my.macu.edu. Thank you for your time and have a great day.